Basic. Intermediate. Howdy, welcome to BanjoBenClark.com. I am Banjo Ben, your silly host here on your favorite website to learn how to play banjo, guitar, and mandolin. This week is all about John Henry. It's so much about John Henry that I've got 2 different lessons for you, like legit 2 different lessons. We're going to start with a basic version, but we're going to springboard off of that into an intermediate version. When you go and you find these on the site, I have the basic version in the basic section, the intermediate one in the intermediate section. And each of those lessons have this, the tabs for the solos in both TEF file and PDF format, as well as about a 20-minute video lesson for each. And then I've got 3 different speeds of MP3 rhythm tracks that you can download and practice along with. If you're watching this on YouTube or Facebook, here in just a moment, I'll ask you to come over to the website. It's my favorite website too, BanjoBenClark.com. You can join as a GoPick member. You can have access to this video. You can download this tab and this these MP3s, not just for this lesson, for hundreds of other ones. And I do this each week. So come over there and check me out. Not check me out, but check out all the lessons. And we'll learn how to pick some tunes together. Let's start off with this basic version of John Henry in the key of G. Let's learn the basic melody to John Henry in the key of G. We're in standard G tuning. I love this version because this is basic enough for anybody to learn, even if you've just started banjo. And then we're going to springboard from this version into the more intermediate version that has a lot more slides and hammer-ons and goes up the neck a bit, okay? Let's go ahead and throw this tab up there. One thing you'll notice right off the bat is beneath each one of the notes, I've got right hand fingering. So T would be thumb, 1 would be index, 2 would be middle. And then the other thing is that we only have 2 types of notes in this whole version, except for one measure at the very end. But we won't worry about that right now. But we have quarter notes and we have eighth notes. Now quarter notes simply just happen 1 every beat, okay? So they're 1 beat in length. Your eighth notes are twice as fast, so it takes 2 eighth notes to fill up a quarter note. Now if we look at measure 1 there, we have a little kickoff. It starts on the 3rd string, and then we're going to play the 2nd string, and then the 1st string. And all of those are quarter notes. They happen on the beat. So there's 4 beats in each measure. It starts on the 2nd beat. Sounds like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we've got 2 more quarter notes to start out measure 2. You can jump up and grab that with your pinky if you want, or you can do it with your ring finger if you're less confident with the pinky. I'll do it with my ring finger here, but we've got 2 quarter notes, so we play that twice, and then we're going to do a forward roll. It starts on the 5th string, plays the 2nd, 1st, 5th, except we're going to place our index finger down on the 2nd fret of that 1st string and do that forward roll. So measure 2 sounds like this. We're going to need to jump back up a measure 3 to that 5th fret. You may find that grabbing it with your pinky is a little easier. This one just has 4 quarter notes in this measure as well. 5th fret, 5th string, which is the same note as the 5th fret of the 1st string. and then we're going to go down to open first string, then fifth string. Then measure 4. You can continue to play this with your index finger, or you can move and play it with your middle finger, but we've got 2 quarter notes to start it off. Second fret, open, and then we have what's called a square roll or a mixed roll, and that just simply means that we're going to play thumb, index, thumb, middle, and that can happen on all sorts of different string arrangements. This one we're going to start on the 3rd string, play the 2nd fret, then the open 2nd string, open 5th string, open 1st. So that roll in measure 4 sounds like this. When we get to measure 5, we've got 1 quarter note on our 3rd string. Then we're going to pinch the 1st and 5th strings together, play the 2nd string with our index finger, and then the 1st string again. Let me just play measures 1 through 5 for you so you can get the context here. And then on the side I have another video segment where I play it much slower than this. It sounds like this. So those last 2 notes in measure 5 are really just the pickup notes to play the same type of phrase again. So as we look at measure 6, we're back up at that 5th fret again. 2 quarter notes, this is the exact same measure as we had in measure 2. Forward roll, jump back up, measure 7, open 5th string, and then we're just going to walk it down. 3rd fret, 2nd fret, open into 8th. Then we get to measure 8, and I want you to place your middle finger, after you play that 1st string, place your middle finger down the 3rd fret of the 2nd string. We're going to do another forward roll. And then at the same time, now you're going to reach down and grab the 2nd fret of the 1st string to play the last note of measure 8. So measure 8 sounds like this. Again. Now measure 9, it starts with just a single quarter note there, and then you'll notice the next 3 notes in measure 9 are exactly like the 3 notes that we used to start the song. So we're going to play through those, and then we're going to see this measure again in measure 10 that we've already seen now, measure 2 and measure 6. A forward roll, measure 11, and measure 12 are exactly like measures 3 and 4. This song repeats the melody again. Measure 13 is exactly like measure 5. We've already seen it. But now we're going to get into some things that are a little bit different. Excuse me. Measure 14, it starts off with 2 quarter notes. The first one's on the 2nd fret. Then open. Then there's that square roll or mixed roll again. Now we've got 4 quarter notes in measure 15. We're going to play them all with our thumb. Open 3rd string, down to the 4th string, fretted on the 2nd fret, open 4th, open 3rd. Let me play measures 11 through 15 for you so you can get the context for that. Okay, now as we get into measure 16, we're going to use that square roll 3 times in a row. So you're going to have your middle finger. You can do your 1st finger if you want. I prefer to do middle finger on that 2nd fret. And we're going to play that square roll. But I recommend, we're not doing any slides here like we're going to do in the intermediate version. So I recommend that you let off of that 2nd fret after you play it. If you leave it down, it's going to ring out over the rest of the roll and it kind of clashes. You can if you want. But I'd rather hear. Then we're going to play it again in measure 16. Play it one more time in 17. And then we're going to walk up. Last part of 17 is just open 3rd string, 2nd string. And then we're going to play measure 18, which is exactly like measure 12. We've already seen this. There's that square roll again. And then measure 19 is 4 quarter notes that we just walk with our thumb. And then when we get to measure 20, here's our hardest lick of the whole song, and it's our standard G lick. If you need more help with this one, I've got a whole video showing you different ways and different variants of how to play this. But it's a quarter note with our thumb on the third string. Then I want you to almost forget about all the fingerings and just look at which strings you're going to be playing. You're going to be doing a forward roll, 5, 3, 1, and then back, 3, 4, 1. 5, 3, 1, 3, 4, 1. And now we're going to add a slide on top of that. And then come down and catch that second fret. So measure 20 slowly sounds like this. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So measure 16 through 20 sounds like this. Now when we get to measure 21, I've got your first ending and a second ending. So the first time you play through it, you're going to play measure 21, and then it's going to send you back to measure 2, and you're going to play through all that again. But then the next time, instead of playing this first ending in 21, you're going to jump over and play measure 22, which sets you up for the ending. The reason why I do that is because the rhythm MP3 tracks that I have on the site, they go 2 times through the progression, 2 solos, and then has a 4-bar ending like we're going to learn here. So you need to play it through twice for it to fit with the rhythm MP3 tracks that I have for you there. But when we get to measure 22, we're going to do open third string, a pinch on first and fifth, second string, and then I want you to play the second fret of the first string, and you're going to slide that up to the 5th fret with your middle finger. For the first beat of 23, keep it up there, because then the second beat of 23, pinch that and the 5th string together, then do a forward roll just like we did in measure 2. Now we're going to do a backwards roll with our middle finger on the 2nd fret of the 3rd string, and then a pinch at the end of 24. Then we're going to do a little simple shave and a haircut type lick here. We've got another square roll here at the start of 25, and 2 quarter notes. Okay, and now let me just play 22 through 25 so you can hear that. Now we've got one more measure to go. I want you to get in this partial D shape. I'm going to take my ring finger, put it on the 4th fret of the low D string, and my index finger's on the 2nd fret of the 3rd string, and we're going to play this lick. If I can play it. Good. Now let me play it all the way through slowly for you, and then we'll jump into the intermediate version.